Yeah, they're both. We got them both at the screen, ready to go. So, are we using the same channel, or is there a new one?
Yeah, it is the same channel.
Okay, I wasn't tabbed. Oh, yeah, it's going. We're going. I just restarted both of their streams. What do you got, Forky?
Give me 1 second. I'll probably be a little bit behind because of my internet, but I'm going to have 30, 31, 32.
Yeah, I got 35.
All right, that works.
Just a few seconds. But again, they're not on sync. There's like a 16-second timer difference between these two, and I just refreshed. We have Phoenix on Brock. Now JH is just now getting to Brock.
All right, let's pray and hope. I got everything set up right now. No OBS crashes or anything. Let's see a good race here, because there was actually a lot of hype surrounding this race, so I'm excited.
Yeah, some brotherly competition. Alright, Phoenix got off to a slow start on that Brock. Did not send much for his initial chain. Wasn't even tapped off, but he definitely made it up right there. Finishing Brock off with a 46. And was that like a 5 or 6 chain?
Alright, I think I got green bar all the way right now, so this is good.
Alright, we're looking good then.
Praise the internet gods, they did want this match to happen. Alright, just as I would expect, these guys are neck and neck at the very beginning. Hard mode is mostly about just topping off your opponent, especially at the beginning. The cursor movement isn't too fast on either one of the AIs, so...
Oh, you got plenty of time.
Especially with that, like, Lieutenant Surge 12 seconds on JH's screen right now. Let's see if PhoenixRoost has enough to top off Surge himself and get the kill here. And he will with the 16th second of his own.
So, timer-wise, JH is ahead. If you're going by timers, because again, I don't think they started at the same time.
They might have, I don't know, like I mentioned before, Twitch sometimes is weird, and I think you said JH is probably, like, he started first. I think he might have a better
JH
connection as well.
Yeah, going by times and looking at their splits, JH is in front. Well, not anymore though.
Yeah.
Phoenix is gonna take it. It's on Koga.
Sometimes Twitch will like to give you a 5 delay to your stream, 5-second delay, and sometimes it'll do like more than 10 seconds. I think it's solely just based on connection or how the server wants to act with you that given day. But alright, we got PhoenixRoost pulling ahead now after JH had that lead earlier, like he mentioned. But JH with a high stack on Koga's side, he's going to finish that with a 14 too. So these guys really haven't been too far apart from each other, maybe at the most like 20 seconds for this race.
Yeah, so far they're proving just how even in skill they are. Not able to top off Sabrina, but he's gonna throw in some tiny chains, some combos, and Sabrina's now topped off on Phoenix's side, and he gets the 30 seconds.
And that gives opportunity for JH to take a lead now, as he had a really clean kill on Sabrina. So we're going to see a lot of this back and forth right now as we are at the midway point of this race.
Ooh. Pretty risky.
Yeah, PhoenixRoost, he likes to do what I do, man. If given, I like to raise that stack as high as I can. Maybe not at the very beginning because you don't need that many blocks, but definitely when I'm trying to just send as much garbage as I can, after I do my initial chain, I immediately rise that sucker to the top. So this is where the AI is going to start being a little bit more of a pain for you. Cursor speed goes up slightly a little bit more, so usually that tends to lead to opponents having to send more garbage, and it might result in a little bit more clears too. So kind of what PhoenixRoost did there, it's good to send combo garbage at the bottom of the stack, because it does give you separations, and when they do clear it, it usually doesn't lead to a chain, and they can sometimes die like immediately after that.
Yeah, not bad. Tracy. He's actually on. Phoenix is actually on TV pace now. I'm gonna send him a 5 chain, or Team Rocket a 5 chain.
All right, and we actually got another commentator joining us right now. Tayman's going to be joining in on some of the action. So, Tayman, I don't know if you've been watching a little bit of this race, but if you have, what do you think of it so far?
Well, I just missed a big chunk coming downstairs to set up. But, what did I notice? I noticed that I think Phoenix was having a little bit of a hard time topping off the CPU, which seems to be like when you're learning this game, like the hardest thing to get into the habit of.
That is one thing I do notice too. There is a specific strategy most everyone sticks to, but when that strategy does fail, you gotta have the backups and you gotta do them immediately. Especially in a race, it's always nice to be safe. So if you don't top off that opponent immediately, make sure you have your backup ready, or else be prepared to lose like 10 seconds.
Well, you have to be relentless. Honestly, you gotta keep going, unless like if you're playing on hard and the CPU is just garbage, you kind of know when you have it typically if you just look over. But if you're not sure, you better keep going.
Like right there on JH's screen, just one row short of being topped off. Could have possibly had a quicker Team Rocket time. But it's gonna go to probably nearly a minute now. They're finding clears. 54 seconds.
Rich. We should be gone. Yeah, took care of Richie there.
The Phoenix is cruising along, still on PB pace. Looks looking good.
PB is 12:47. Yeah, only 3 away.
Okay, so it looks like PhoenixRoost might get the best of JH for this first race, so a little bit of an upset right now. I did talk to Phoenix a little bit right now, and he did admit to me that he thinks JH is the better of those two. And I said, well, time to prove him wrong, but I guess it's hard to say who's better than who just in a Puzzle League race because of the RNG factor, but I would have to say if you do beat someone in tournament, you do have a little bit of that brag factor because at that moment you did play better than them.
You could say that. I mean, sometimes if you're executing perfectly and just getting screwed over by RNG, I wouldn't necessarily say you were the better player. I mean, sometimes like a player can get hot. I don't know if anyone cares about sports at all, but in 2006, the Cardinals only won 83 games, and they won the World Series because they got hot.
That's true. It is a lot about momentum as well. I think we could say a little bit of that like on past tournaments too. I was gonna mention the Tetris Attack tournament where there wasn't too many upsets and the best player usually won. But for instance, I guess I had a really good finals run where I wasn't expected to win a lot of them, and I was just playing really, really good that day.
So when was this about? Did you end up winning that?
I got second in this. This was in 2016 summer of last year. FFR Pro ended up winning
I remember
that tournament.
That doesn't surprise me. FFR Pro needs to calm down, in my opinion.
He's a pretty good player, and I'm excited to see him actually play tomorrow.
He needs to stop.
I was watching the matches even while I was at Disneyland.
Oh, were you at Disneyland on that finals day?
I don't know. I specifically remember watching Edo Bean's match.
Okay.
Is Disneyland that boring?
No, it's just like there's a lot of line waiting.
It must have been like.
What else am I gonna do?
It must have been right afterward because I do remember you commentating some of the finals, so maybe you were home then.
Yeah, that was when I was home.
Bruno being kind of savage to Phoenix.
I guess we kind of want this though because it's given JH the chance to catch back up as he does complete lore-wise. So
I want struggling.
I want to see people get PBs though.
I agree. It's nice to see someone not get trolled, but at the same time, it's like, ooh, this race is so close now.
I don't know
Phoenix
if he was
losing that comfortable lead he had.
Well, he's on the last stage, and if you can just send him a lot of stuff right away, that'll really help.
Yeah, the pressure is gonna be on him though, because you know Gary too. He's most notorious.
Yeah, he does control his own fate for sure here though. So he got off to a decent chain here, but it's not gonna top him off immediately.
Yeah, it's got him topped off, but
yeah, send more stuff. Oh, there we go. All right, so there we. All right, it's a good. Well, still not enough. See, the worst thing is if you don't top them off and then they send garbage and you can't raise your stack to give yourself plenty of ammo, that's when it's gonna drag along. Okay. All right, so he's going on a 5 chain. Hopefully that'll be good. Get it? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, super close, and this is going to give JH a chance to retaliate as he's going to be heading into Gary pretty soon here. And Gary doesn't look like he's slowing up on Phoenix's side, unless I speak too soon there, because it does end at a 108.
For Phoenix, he's going to take the first game.
Stupid Gary.
Yeah, congrats to Phoenix. He will take this first one. The slight bit of an upset. JH kind of just got a little bit trolled there at the end and couldn't really catch back up.
Yeah, hopefully JH can make a strong finish here. That might be it. Nope. And there we go.
All right, so that's going to wrap it up for the first race. You know, pretty decent time for both sub 15, where they're both averaging around the 14 or 15 minute mark for group stages. So, you know, pretty close one through and through, especially at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to game number 2. I hope we can go to 3 games.
Yeah, I'm gonna refresh both of the streams now.
Yeah,
See
same.
if the-
That's what I'm doing. If you guys want, there's
syncing.
a cool little key that you can press. That's if you press N, it'll buffer your streams forward like 4 seconds until it like reaches the cap. So that's what I like to do every once in a while.
Oh, N?
Yeah, and the N key.
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
So as we start into this next race, I'm just gonna make sure everything's good, and I'm gonna let you guys take over the commentary and just watch over the stream.
All right.
But
Are you gonna be leaving the channel?
I'll be in here still. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just I'm probably gonna make a call to my internet company and see what's up. It's going stable now, which is good.
How long has this been going on with the internet issues?
Quite a while.
It's forever.
Yeah, should probably say something about that.
I will.
What's your ISP?
Spectrum.
Is that like what used to be Comcast or what used to be Time Warner?
Yeah, all those
Yeah, that's
companies
Spectrum.
thrown together.
I live in a place where we don't have Comcast or Time Warner or AT&T. We have Mid-Continent and SRT. Because I'm from North Dakota.
Well, consider yourself lucky, because you're not missing much.
Oh, I know. I've read horror stories online, and I'm like, I have no experience with any of that because I am 50 miles from Canada. It looks like we're waiting for JH to get back to the game selection.
Yeah, there's no soft reset in Pokemon Puzzle League, correct?
I don't believe so. I mean, I think you can. Sometimes I play on Virtual Console. Sometimes I just reset the Virtual Console.
You can do that.
That's a little quicker. I've been trying to get my N64 set up, but I have been having the hardest time finding a CRT TV.
All right, we've got them both in the race, and they're starting the dot already.
Are we counting down?
Forky's still in the race. Or is he?
I just quit from it.
No.
I just make sure everything's going good for me. I'll give you guys a sync when it does start, and then I'll let you guys take over from there.
Let me make my streams a little bigger here. Alright, we're getting started.
My timer is at 11, 12, 13.
I got 17, 18, 19, 20.
16, 17. Well, one's coming up at 20, one's at 22.
Alright, Jake, just delay yours by like 2 seconds each, and then we'll be good.
How do I delay them?
You just pause and play.
I'm sure I could have a better setup here. I have both the VLC windows up side by side and then the chat box on the other side.
Yeah, it's weird to try to find a setup for it, but at least you have the customization. Wow, English is hard sometimes to to like pause and play and sync as you need, which is why we like using this program a lot. In the future, I hope Discord screen share is more consistent, because we used that for one of the Warriors Woods matches when it was working, and it's so good. Everyone's just in sync with what screens they want to see.
Sounds like that could be a little buggy though.
Yeah, it's buggy right now because it is still, I guess, in beta or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's not rolled out to even all of the users.
Well, I am a member of the One True Faith, which is Discord, so they'll get it right.
That's what I'm talking about. Go Discord.
I've gotten rid of Skype, and I am well, like I'm in a Brony chat group, and we like basically all migrated over to Discord. Like we totally abandoned that Skype group.
I don't blame you. Skype's got a pretty good interface, but other than that, it's like, the calls don't work half the time and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I've had nothing but problems.
Here, well, maybe we could focus on the matches here. Looks like they're just about like 8 seconds off. They're both on Surge right now. And Phoenix goes ahead and finishes him off, and it looks like JK, well, JH is about to. There we go. This should help in topping it off on Phoenix's side. I always love when you just have gigantic, unexpected combos. Alright, Phoenix is going to go ahead and finish Erica off. Not bad with the sub 30. It looks like JH is having a... Well, I did say having a hard time topping off Erica, but then he just... Looks like he dropped a big chain.
Way to go! Way to go!
We're not done yet.
Way to go!
JH goes ahead and finishes off Erica.
We're not beat yet.
So it looks like right now they're about within 30 seconds to a minute of each other.
I'm a Pokemon master! Play with me.
Yeah, looks like Phoenix has about a whole stage lead here.
Yeah, he's moving up. He's getting better at topping off the AI, it looks like. Getting a better feel for his chains and combos. Although I will say, in my experience, there is such a thing as like getting some favorable setups with the blocks, where like things line up just as you want, and then sometimes there's nothing within sight.
Yeah, I got kind of confused with that side of Kanzion. Phoenix kind of has the same name as me.
Yeah, we're looking at almost exactly a 1 CH difference here.
Ooh, decent start from Phoenix.
Wow.
And he's gonna
9
give a
seconds.
9-second time, which you
Wow.
don't see too often.
Sub 10 is godly. You basically need to not raise your stack at all and just immediately go for your setup and then hope that their stack's high enough.
Way to go!
Alright, now let's see if Tracy ruins everything or continues to be irrelevant as he is in the show.
Way to go!
Good starts from both sides.
Alright, I think he's gonna get it on Tracy. There we go.
The 4 combo coming into play there on Tracy.
Well, I would say the 4 combo is even more important in hard mode because they're always going to try to lower that 4 to the bottom, but they just waste so much time doing it because they're really slow. And that almost always guarantees a quick kill.
Way to go! Way to go!
Alright, JH finishes off lane, so he's about stage and a half behind at the moment. But right now,
An
Phoenix is
8
really...
second. What is the JH getting Blaine while he was stacked pretty high to
Oh,
the
really?
top.
I
He
think
raised his
I
stack
missed
pretty-
that. 8 seconds is borderline the fastest possible kill. What is this Team Rocket? Alright, might have him here. There we go. That's why it's so important to top them off.
How good are you?
Way to go!
JH audibly complaining about Tracy. This should be it here, though? Yep, there we go. Tracy being the spot where the AI typically starts to heat up, which is why he's gotten his nickname, I'm sure.
You're wasting my time.
But I honestly think everyone after Tracy is a worthy troll. Alright, so we got a 36-second Giovanni for Phoenix, which definitely isn't bad.
Yeah, Phoenix still on PB pace here. Who knows if we'll see a PB?
I think he's further ahead than he was last time, isn't he? Because last time he was on PB pace, I think he's like...
Yeah, he lost it around this point.
It was on Bruno, I think. So can you just send over enough stuff? Ugh.
Not the greatest start against Richie.
Well, he had
Plenty of time.
a block arrangement that sort of sabotaged his chain. But that's an arrangement I'm well familiar with. Alright, it's getting something else started.
Well, JH is stuck in a block battle with the
Hey, don't die! Don't die!
waiting for those
Oh.
blocks to spawn.
Alright, Phoenix savages the Richie, 38 seconds. He's still on good PB pace here. I just think the most important thing for him is to keep the AI topped off, because they clear a lot more than the early stage CPU.
Alright, that is a good start for Lorelei, and it's going to be a gold split. Very nice.
It's so
15
good.
seconds.
It's so fun when you're like learning a category for the first time and you get all the golds in the world. Yep, I'm seeing green and gold, and right now he's 52 seconds ahead. So let's get a good Bruno and a good Gary, and all right, this is a good setup so
Looks
far.
like he's got a chain planned out. He's going to start off with the 5, as well
Okay,
as
no.
some 4 combos. To send
Alright,
to
now he's
Bruno,
gonna-
and
Get it? Yes!
that's going to do it. 17 seconds for Bruno. So
Alright.
he's moving on to Gary too, and looks like the likely victor here.
He's really getting on a roll. If he can get a good Gary too, if he doesn't troll him too bad, he can probably PB by at least a minute. He's not... Okay, can he... That might... Alright, he better go top off really quick.
Yeah, Gary putting priority to the smaller combo block.
Okay, well, okay, that wasn't bad for topping off, but he has to keep going. It's
Oh.
really... There's no... Yeah, he's one short. Oh!
Just barely
Yeah.
got him with that
Ah,
combo block at
An
the
extra
top.
4. That is excellent. He's sub 11s by less than a second. Really good time by Phoenix.
Yeah, that is a race personal best.
You rarely see that happen. just because
as
of
well as a PV.
wish my Garys were that nice. Alright, hopefully we can watch JH make a strong comeback. It's still important to get the reps in, even if you've lost, if you're far behind. Not a good start though. He's struggling to find something to get going. Right, still manages to salvage the Bruno. That's not a bad start on Gary. That 9 combo, which always seems to be random, although it's still not enough at the moment. Right. All right. No, not quite enough. He's doing a good job of applying the pressure, though.
There we go. Now he's got Gary. Oh, there's just one row that's not topped off.
Right, that'll do it.
Send a bit more.
Maybe I'm a tiny bit ahead of you.
I mean, yeah, I may have paused a bit too much. Yeah, he's gonna get through with the 13:26.
What's his PB? Oh, his PB is like 10:34.
That's gonna do it for this match, though. It's a sweep for Phoenix. Wins
Alright,
both matches.
Yeah, if Forky's around, we can fill in that redemption bracket and see what's coming up next.
Yeah, I believe this is the only race for today, but tomorrow we have a triple header.
I'm really pumped for that. So who do we have? Like, is it all main bracket or?
Yeah, we have pretty much all the main bracket matches going on tomorrow. We have up first tomorrow at I believe 5:30 Central Time. We have Lightning and versus me, Shady Jakey, and then I believe after that will be Flagel Stan versus Swordsman Kirby, and then finally we'll have FFR Pro versus Freya. So that's the rest of the matches for tomorrow, and that'll finish up the first round bracket.
Yeah, I got some really big names playing tomorrow. Hopefully we want at least a couple upsets here, I think. Always makes any tournament interesting when you have a Black Horse or Cinderella story for this very high stakes Puzzle League tournament. $50,000 prize pool.
Yeah, 50 G's to the winner.
we're keeping that under wraps, but you heard it here first.
So I guess if you guys are actually looking at the bracket, I mean, it does involve you as well, Jake, but we have...
Yeah.
Who do you think is most likely to make the upset out of, like, the 3 lower seeds that is there? I guess I could... I'll start with myself. I actually do think, Jake, you yourself do have the best chance. Because Lightning definitely is very skilled at this game, but he does neglect it quite a bit, and so he can be a little bit rusty.
Plenty of other games, and they're usually some anime girl games. Got a lot of waifus.
This is the perfect game for him, then.
Yes, we all know how Lightning is with his original waifu Lorelai.
I haven't seen Lightning around much, but I think that might be because I joined recently.
He's a very, very old school player, so he's probably, you know, after playing it for so long back in the day, just doesn't appreciate it the same as he would.
I can see that, because if you've like gone through like the categories and you're pretty satisfied with your progress on all of them, you're like, all right, well, what's next? You know, I can't do this one thing all the time.
Yeah, for sure. Especially since his PB, I think it's in the 26-minute range. And at a point in time, it used to be, I believe, the second fastest, if not the fastest back in the day. So, you know.
Yeah, he did used to have one of the fastest.
Was that before quick kill straps were
Yeah,
found?
that was before double 4 combo for sure.
Oh, jeez.
And
I would think the PB would be like 50 minutes then.
Some people were still able to get sub 30s. Like,
I don't understand.
there was only a little bit. Like, one of the first people to get a sub 30 was actually Michael Mario. Shoutouts to him. And that was, he got a 28-minute time back in 2012 or 2011. It might have been that old. He had the console world record for a while back in the day, which I know doesn't sound too good now, but it was something we looked at and we're like, how do we get that fast?
The what world record?
Console.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah,
I believe at around the same time he got that, a friend of ours named Darko also got like a 27 or a 26 on emulator. So we weren't sure what to think about both of them back then, so we kind of like separated them. But now it's like, we don't care. You'll get the same times on either or.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like any difference in the matches I've watched so far. But if we're going on about upsets, I want to pick Chain, because I want to say that he was going on a tear at the end of his last matches.
Oh, so you think he's going to win yet another round after the one that he just won against Yume?
Well, obviously, like, I can't pick myself for the upset, so I gotta go with Chain.
That'd be interesting, because I mean, he did have a really, really good showing, and he'll be playing either Flag or SK, and he definitely does have the potential to beat either one of those, and that would be pretty sick, considering he was one of the wild card qualifiers for the bracket. So he's definitely like showing up. He's grateful for the opportunity to play.
Yeah, I think the infinite chains are going to be too much for whoever his next opponent is.
If he
I think he's
chains,
going to have a hot streak.
well, if he chains infinitely, he's never going to send his garbage, and he's never going to clear a stage.
It might take a while for him to find that infinite chain, as you saw yesterday. But when he finds it, it doesn't stop.
Well, I remember saying that, like, Flag himself saying he wasn't as good at V-Hard, and then not to mention the variance of V-Hard, which is like in a weird in-between zone of hard and S-Hard. Because they're not going to clear their garbage, like, or they're not going to clear their stack far enough for the quick kill to work as often.
It's definitely different, I think. As a person who's played, like, a lot of the categories, not as much as the lower ones, but I have played them from time to time. It is very different from S-Hard in terms of how you're going to time them. Because the beginning game, instead of just like reacting to the opponent, it's more of just trying to like get off your chain as quick as you can.
Mm-hmm.
And then the later half is a lot like beginning S-Hard, and I think that's, at least for me, that's like the hardest part, because it's a little bit of reaction, but it's I don't know, kind of just getting it off at the same time. It's hard to explain, but when I play S-Hard, my late game is so much more consistent than my early game, and I'm not too sure why, to be honest.
Well, I would just say because you can expect the CPU to clear down so much faster. I mean, like, if you're in the middle of a good chain and like they go on like a 10 chain, like, you can just drop it right then and there and win.
Uh-huh. for sure. And I'm pretty consistent with my garbage, so I guess that does work out in my favor. The beginning AI is very inconsistent, but you can get it. I don't know. It's tough, and I'm sure Cards has like cleaned it up pretty well at the beginning, and quite a few other people. It's probably where I lack the most, but if I get off to a good start, then it's usually a pretty good run.
Are you still talking about S-Hard or?
Yeah,
or back to-
S-Hard in general. Which I guess is good to talk about because the later half of this bracket will be S-Hard, so it'll be cool to see people transition from that V-Hard to that S-Hard.
Yeah, I was grinding a ton of S-Hard yesterday, and I was thinking to myself, I got to make sure that I don't chain up to like 10 in V-Hard, because that's usually not necessary. There's nothing more satisfying though than like watching the AI like clear down to 4 blocks and then you drop like a 14 chain on them.
I feel you there. Couldn't agree more.
It's so good.
But I guess with that, we've been rambling on quite a bit, though. So, last congrats to PhoenixRoost for defeating his brother, and he's going to be moving on to the winners finals of Redemption Bracket. So, any last comments on the race, guys, or anything that you're looking forward to immediately?
Let's just hope that the mood isn't too sour in that household in the coming days. But yeah, I'm really hyped for tomorrow. Everyone should definitely tune in tomorrow. You're gonna get like a good 3 to 4 hours of main bracket action.